Okay.
Mhm.
I'm so pumped about this group, you guys. I am pumped about you all being here, you all being committed, and the growth that we're going to experience from this all happening. And like, this isn't about me, like, this is about us, right? We are better together, we rise up together. And so you're going to all grow. I'm going to grow. We're going to grow as a collective, right? That's what we're here for.
Nope, not the right color.
It's the
Stop
right color.
touching.
Hi, Meredith. So this is like you guys know I'm here for next level. Like, and I think you're all here for next level, but this is I am gonna pull out my like mom voice a little bit on you guys. I'm hoping I don't have to. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I'll give some tough love, but I don't want to kick anyone out. We'll put it that way. I don't want to. And so you guys please make sure you show up and do the required things to stay here. And they're not none of it's hard. You guys what we do is not hard. Is it does anyone think it's hard? No. We just have to do it. Right? So, I'm just going to go over the rules because okay. Sorry, I got a ding. I'm gonna go over the rules because that's what like a little teacher here would do. Um, and I have to refresh my own memory just so you know. Okay, so we're all here for growth. Okay, that growth is, and I'm gonna go over the perfect 10 again, but that growth is 100 points on our own team. So I'm in charge of 100 points. Valerie's in charge of 100 points. Teresa is in charge of 100 points. Like all of us are in charge of 100 points in 2 months. And that is essentially 50 a month, right? That is senior silver. If you have any plans of less than that, we got to regroup because we're here for growth. Okay. Um, Either develop a gold in the next 2 months or go gold ourselves. Okay. That's 100 points, by the way, you guys. If you didn't know, that's 100. That's your 100 points right there. Add 3 this month. We're all going to add 4, right? We all know 4. We're getting the creamy. Okay. Yep. Okay. So we're all adding at least 4. That 4 is part of your 50 points and developing a silver. We develop a silver and we add 4. We're almost at 50 points. That's like the part of this, right? Okay, so that's the main things. Each week, what do you need to do? You need to be on the call. If you can't be on the call for some reason, I'm expecting you guys are all committed to being on the call. Like Deadrian is at work. I understand, like she's in the hospital. She can't be on the call. Okay, so she gets a pass. If your kid like is dying because they got a paper cut. We all know it happens, right? Like you get some passes. You have 24 hours to watch the recording. Okay. The weekend review. So this is basically the week review. It's the weekly active action sheet. This needs to be filled out. If you are logging your work in a different way, and that's working for you, keep doing that. Okay. You don't have to specifically fill this out, but you do have to show your work. Show your work. I'm totally feel like a teacher over here. Valerie, what do you say? You need to show your work. So every Sunday we have to submit our paperwork. This is basically your paperwork, okay? I don't know. Just mommy's on a call right now, okay? I just put it down. Mommy's on a call right now. You have to post at least 4 times a week. Plexus, 2 personal and 2 business. If we want to build our business, we need to talk about it. Right? Okay. You need to either read or listen to the training that I'm going to send you each week. This is not going to be like read a book each week. I'm not dumb. It would be like read a chapter or listen to this 30-minute training session, something along those lines. Okay. So you need to do that each week. And that is actually on your action sheet, by the way. It says podcasts I listened to, book I read, training I attended. It has it on here. And then every day, and I just say every day, like you might as well just commit to 7 days a week. But I'm not expecting you to be working 7 days a week. I'm not. But 5 days a week, you need to check in on the chat and tell us what your win was. Oh, it doesn't matter what it is. You could have developed a gold and that can be your win. Like, hello, shout that crap out for sure. But your win might have been, I put up a post today. I put up a story today. Like some days your win might be smaller, but we're always focusing on the win. We're focusing on the positive of that. Okay. So that's basically what we're doing here. I am going to have, I call them work with me calls. They're essentially working sessions where we get on Zoom here together, and it's not Michelle just talking to you the whole time. We're actually going to work together. We're going to send messages together. We're going to put posts up together. I would say make lists together, but we're not. You're going to do that beforehand. So the only way you're allowed to get on said call is you have to put up a post that week, which that's part of your homework anyways. And you have to come with a list. You have to have your list of 10, a minimum of 10 prior to said call, because if you don't have a list, you're going to waste your time making that list the entire call, right? So in order to get the link, you have to send me, and I'm not going to chase you down. You have to send me your list. This week we're having a call on Friday at noon and Sunday at 4:30 or so. I don't remember the exact time. I'll have to go back and look. But so we have those 2 working sessions. Okay. Any questions on any of that? Nope, we're all good. Okay, cool.
I had one question, sorry.
Yeah.
I muted myself after I did it.
Okay.
So the work with me sessions like this Sunday, I have plans for the full day. So obviously there's no replay. So if I can just get on one for this week, is that cool?
Oh yeah, you don't
missed
have
the
to
work
be
with
on
me?
them. They're
Okay.
like a bonus.
Okay,
Right?
perfect.
So I'm
Okay.
hosting them for you guys,
Cool.
for us to come together, to work together, to get more ideas, to be inspired, all of that. That's
Awesome.
why I'm hosting them. So if you can't, if those times don't work, I get it. Like we're life,
Celebrating birthdays on Sunday with my daddy.
Oh, I love it.
My dad and Zachary's birthday is the same day.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes, I know, it is so cute.
That's cute. It's kind of like my husband and I. Oh, we're
Yep.
so cute.
Yes.
So cute. Okay, so you guys saw that I renamed the chat. I want you to understand what this is all about. So we are learning how to 10x our lives. So we're not going to do 2x, we're going to do 10x. And that's probably going to be the training that I'm going to send you guys this week, by the way. And we're going to read that book together. So how do you 10x your life? You're going to think about everything that you're doing and you want to 10x it. So if you're sitting there saying, I really want to make $1,000 this month, what if you 10x that? How much money would that be? How would you show up? What would, yeah, yep, Sam's got the fingers. What would you have to do in order to 10x your income? You would have to 10x the things that you're doing, right? So what things are we 2xing currently, and do we need to start 10xing? What things need to go away? What things need to become a priority? How would 10x Sam show up? Ain't she cute? You know your mom's cute. That face. Okay, so what my goal is here is to teach you guys how to 10x and to get 10x results. Part of that is this. This is one of the most important things here. If you owned a business that say it was a brick and mortar, and you just lollygag showed up and opened the doors whenever you felt like it, are people going to show up and do business with you? Are you going to make the money that you want from that business? Do you think the doors are going to stay open very long? No, we're all in agreement with this. So if you want to 10x your business, if you want to actually make this big, if you want to do anything more than make like $100 a month, do you think that you need to have a schedule? Do you think you need to show up and do the things? So this is a key here. Like I tell you to work your business, we're committed to 5 hours a week. That's a commitment. You need to know what those 5 hours look like. And I'm also going to be honest, I saw all of your goals. I saw all of them. 5 hours is the minimum here. Do you think that 5 hours is going to be enough to get you the goals that you want this month, next month, in the next year? I love a 5-hour work week, but a 5-hour work week is more for people that want to make like $500 a month. You're not going to be an emerald working 5 hours a week. No. It's not gonna happen, okay? And obviously Emerald is we have to build to it, but we're also not gonna get there just working at 5 hours a week. And if you're not saying this is my work schedule, it's gonna be really hard to make it happen. Okay. So you need to figure out what your non-negotiable work time is and looks like. And I'm not here to tell you what it is. You need to figure that out on your own. Look at what your schedule is this summer. And this might also be a sit-down conversation with your family. This is, and my family is really good about this. Like my family knows what we're working towards. So it's not when I set a big goal and I'm like, hey, mommy's going to be working. This is what mommy's working towards. I include my kids. Like my kids count down to it. My kids get excited. My kids get rewarded by it. My kids know like, hey, mommy's on a call right now. Mommy's going to be off the call at this time. And then mommy's going to come hang out with you. They're less likely to come in and bug me, by the way. And this is something Joy just did is Joy made her schedule, her morning schedule. And it was like, this is what time she's getting up. She's making breakfast. These are her work hours. This is when she's going for her workout. This is when family time starts. So her kids know mommy's in the office, door is closed, you're on your own. But when this time happens, when the clock says 12 o'clock, mommy is going to be spending the rest of the day with you. Your kids are more likely to respect that boundary if they know, if there are expectations. This is the same when someone gets started with the products. If these expectations are set, there's going to be so much more success.
Is that an everyday schedule or is that certain days of the week schedule? Because I know my schedule is going to change soon.
Right, right. You get to decide what that looks like. Do you like for Joy, she pretty much, well, every once in a while, like a couple days last week, I'm using her for instance, because that's just what she's my example right now. Last week she reffed a couple games. And so her schedule was different 2 days out of last week because she was reffing. So she had to tweak that. And like starting tomorrow for a handful of days, she is going to be camping out of town. And so like today, her plan was to do the bulk of her work for the week leading up to that. So your schedule might change each day, but have some kind of idea. She has a general idea of what it's going to look like Monday through Friday, and she's got her kids on board, but sometimes we got to pivot because life happens, right? Sometimes you've got an appointment, you're out of town, you have to pack up your house and move. You never know what it looks like. So you get a pick. It doesn't have to be that you're sitting down the same every Monday through Friday. Maybe your work schedule, like for Kara's working most Monday through Saturdays. So Sunday is a more of a bulk work day for her because she has the day off. So that day is going to be a little heavier than the rest of the week when it comes to Plexus, right? So you guys, you have to decide what that looks like. If you want me to help hold you accountable, or like Teresa for you, if you want to have Valerie and I help hold you accountable, you can let us know what your schedule is going to be. That's what Joy literally sent me her schedule. She's like, this is my schedule. These are my work times. So you guys can make your schedule and send it to me, send it to whoever, send it to the group, and we will all help hold each other accountable. Okay? Because that is really, really, really important. I don't want to set you guys up for failure. If I just say, hey, work 5 hours and your goal is to go gold this month and you're starting at 0 points, those 5 hours are going to have to be dang good if that's what our goal is. Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about what you need to do during those 5 hours. What are the things that we need to do? And I think you guys know this already, but we're going to kind of talk through it. This is very basic, and it doesn't necessarily say do this and do that. This basically talks about the keys to our business: recruiting, retaining, and duplicating. We have to recruit people, we have to keep the people, and we have to help the people get more people. If we build it, they will come. Okay. So this is basically just tracking that part of it. How do you recruit, duplicate, and retain? You add friends on Facebook, you put posts up, and I'm talking about posts, stories, reels, whatever that looks like. Okay. We have to be posting. We have to be having conversations. We have to get to know people. And this is expanding network. That's what that says. You need to like add people and then get to know them. Have a conversation. Shoot the breeze a little bit. Find out if this is your new best friend or not. If not, sometimes I send a message to someone and I am like, no. I legit will just unfriend people sometimes. If I'm like, no. If you're getting that vibe, don't waste your time. If they seem like a cool chick, get to know that person. You want them in your corner. I'm always out here, who's going to be my new best friend? Like, am I going to be my new best friend today? Let's go. That's the attitude. I don't think I take, instead of, because some people are like, I struggle with adding people, with sending messages, because my whole goal is about making a buck off of them. And I know that that's not truly what any of us are thinking, but that like negative Nelly comes up sometimes. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay. So I choose to very purposely have the mindset of who's going to be my new best friend. I've known Sam for a good couple years before I got her to get started, and I just like loved her. Like, we went to the park and our kids hung out, and I was like, I really like Sam. I didn't know she was going to end up being on my team at some point. I was like, I would love to have her on my team, but you never know. Like, regardless, Sam is my friend. If she hadn't have said yes to me, she's still my friend. Yes. So that's like that. I want you guys going through that of like, I'm here to make a friend. Okay, so in kind of what you need to do every day, connect with 5 people, and that this is a minimum. This is a minimum. So when I say connect with 5 people, that's basically add 5 people on Facebook and send 5 messages. They doesn't have to be 5 messages to the 5 people you just added. You can, does everyone know how to see where your new friends are when you add them on Facebook? We all good? We all know how to find that? Okay. Okay. Cool. Got a thumbs from Val. So that's a really quick place to go, is go to your recent friends that you added. And I always start at the bottom because I think it's super weird if you send a friend request and you like 5 minutes later get a message. That's a little weird. Okay. So I usually like to let it marinate for a day or two before. So I always start at the bottom of the recent friends list and I work my way up. And so you can like send 5 messages to new people on there. Or also, how do we make our lists? We make our lists off of who's in our stories, who's in our posts, those kinds of things. I also make a list off of, I send messages to those people at the bottom of the recent friends list, and then I keep track of who responds. And they go on my list. Because the people that respond to my first message, I'm going to try and get to know. If they don't respond to my very first message, it's a little bit harder. Right? So that's how I make my list. So five like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name's Michelle. 5 of those messages. That's not even close to what I send to people, but just an FYI. You're posting every day. We need at least one Plexus post somewhere. This does not need to be like, we're not spamming Plexus. We're not a sales page, right? This can be in your stories, a reel on your feed, a live video, something. There should be other things besides Plexus too. Invite 2 people every day to check out Plexus. So that's at least 2 Plexus reach outs. Half of them should start with the business, if not all of them. Lead with the business, follow up with the products, follow up with a referral. That's how I roll. If I ask them to check out the business, I try and overcome their objections. If I can't, then I ask them to look into the products, try and overcome those objections. If I can't, then I ask them who they know. If you lead with the products, you can't follow up with the business because they don't want your products to begin with. They're not going to sell them. Next is follow up. You want to follow up with 2 potentials every day. And then you're going to work on growing your network. That's like 10 to 15 minutes, basically like scrolling social media. Intentionally scrolling social media, interacting, leaving comments. I honestly don't comment very much. I usually just try and take it into Messenger. My goal is, I was talking to Teresa about this today. Your inbox is your moneymaker. That's where your money is going to come from. Your posts are not your moneymakers. What happens, like, if you looked at my Facebook and the interactions on there, you would not think that I was making 6 figures. I get posts with like 4 likes and 2 comments. Like, that's not where my money comes from. My inbox is going la 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 all day. That's where I get my money. Okay. So that's the quick and dirty of like, what are we doing? Okay. And you have 2 options here. I'm saying like message, like connect with 5 people, ask 2 people about Plexus. I'm giving you those numbers by the day, and we're thinking 5-hour or 5-day work week, right? So multiply all that times 5. You're sending 25, you're connecting with 25 people. You're sending 10. This is a very low number. 10 checkout Plexus messages a week. So if you like to do batch work, which I do both. Sometimes I'll do like each day. Sometimes I do batch work. Batch work would be, instead of sending 2 a day, I send 10 one day, or I send 5. I do a lot more reach outs. I try and do at least 3 a day. Like 15 a week, 15 to 20 a week is more what I'm going to be doing for reach outs personally, and what I would recommend you guys doing. So if you want to like have a couple days a week where you do your reach outs, you can do that. It doesn't have to be every day. Does that make sense? Okay. You get to pick what is going to work best for you. I also instead of having a set number of like 2, 3, 5, I like to set a timer. The timer, and what I do when I set my timer is I am going to send messages to my network until this timer goes off. And I get a set, I usually set it for 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how much time I have. And that keeps me laser focused, because it can take me so much longer if I'm like, I'm going to send a couple messages. If I have that timer on, I'm like, I'm not doing anything but sending those messages until this timer goes off. That personally is my thing. If you thrive with timer, Sam, use the timer. Like I'm telling you, for me, it keeps me on task. If you are someone where you're like, if I set a timer, I will probably only send one message, don't use the timer. Okay? So pick what works for you. All right. Any questions? How we doing? We're good. Okay, awesome. Next thing, so I talked about how we work our day. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Okay, so we have the weekly action sheet. You can use this. The new ambassador checklist. Everyone either raise your hand or drop a 1 in the comments if you have this. I know we should have all seen it. I want to see if you have it and you know where it is. Kara's the only one I got going right now. I'm pretty sure Sam knows where it is. Val, atta girl. Okay. You can find this on my website. Do you guys all know where my website is with the team page? You can give me a thumbs up, raise your hand. I think Teresa's like, I have no idea what's happening over here. It's okay. It's okay. So, Teresa, did you ever get my emails? Did you ever sign up for the emails? No. Okay. We're going to start there then. I think you are the only one. Tiffany, you got the emails?
I don't emails, no.
Okay. We're going to get you guys both set up for the emails. So
I just went in to look the Plexus Go and I was like, it's got to be there, right?
I had
Nope.
the text messages from
Nope.
you.
Okay, so I'm going to teach this real quick. So a huge part, like we're trying to we want to duplicate. We need to know how we duplicate, okay? This is our duplication system. First, you guys all know about the text message, the earn to my project broadcast number, okay? That's their first 7 days. If they, after that 7 days, they're like, I want to make money. I want to learn how to run this business. They get my emails. So that is linked to my website, therealmichellerose.com/thatpinklife. Okay. That is the website. I'm not going to open it up right now. At the very top of it, it says, if you want to make money and grow your business, drop your email here. Okay. From there, it's 6 days of emails, literally teaching you how to run your business. This is pretty much all someone needs to make money. It has everything. It has how to post, like this is what they're getting emails with all of this stuff, but this is the quick and dirty of it. So join our Facebook group. Watch this video. I'll give you a little, it is a 55-minute long video. That is going to be a bit of a commitment. Watch it at 1.5 speed. Like I always tell you guys, do it in chunks if you need to, whatever. Okay. Then how to make your first post. This is literally post ideas. Okay. Making your list. This is our handy dandy list right there. This is the link for our team calls. Here's another video on how to invite. So teaching them how to send the messages, how to invite people. The conversation guides. There's going to be one more guide added on here that's more specific for the business. And then this is pretty much done and ready to go. So Kara legit used this one. It was this guide right here yesterday. and sign someone up from it. The download guide. She signed somebody up using, like, she's like, I'm literally copying and pasting from that guide. Yes, girlfriend. These guides are here for a reason, okay? So we've got these guides of like messages to send, how to follow up, tons of stuff right here. The toolbox, there's going to be one edit to this. This is basically some of the videos you can send. You can also just use the Go app. There is one video that's going to be added on here that's going to be, it's a really beautiful, powerful opportunity video. That's the new update that's coming. Here's another video on following up and a guide on how to follow up. Content creation, post ideas, customer care and retention. This is legit for the customer care and retention. It is what you send to them the day they order. What, like detox guide, get them plugged into the Facebook group. It is literally like 60 days of follow-up. And care. That's basically what that is. And then we have our IPA sheet. So this is going to be, if you're using this one, if you're using a different one, this is basically this is what we do every day. Follow new people, engage on their feed, respond to comments, create content, send messages, follow up with product users, retention. Okay. This is another sheet that you can use if you want. I can't see my stuff anymore. Here we go. There's another video on here too. How to sign someone up. This is basically share a cart, how to share a cart. You can use those, but we're going to get a little bit more nitty gritty. We're going to talk about that in a second. I am going to be adding on here, the graphics, the good, better, best graphics that I have. You guys seen those? Kara used one last night to sign up her girl, I believe. Yeah, I sent one today. I have a girl that's probably signing up next week using them. It's literally, if they want gut health, you send them the good, better, best. If they want weight loss, you send that one. Or if they want like more energy, have chronic health issues, there's 3 options. And you're like, which one do you want? It's basically how I do it. And it literally breaks it down how much it costs per day, how much it costs total. So that is going to be added in to the stuff for you guys as well. So it's quick, easy access to that. So this is what you guys need to run your business successfully. And this is what everyone, so when you're developing someone, text earn, you got 7 days of that. And then they get 6 days of my emails, and they should know what they need to know. And then pretty much all of your questions of like, hey, what do I say when someone says this? Hey, what do I recommend for this health issue? Hey, it's on the checklist. This is everything. So you should have this saved. I literally have this saved like on my favorites. So I can open it up on my phone, on my computer, wherever I am, and be like, hey, I need a message idea, or hey, what do I like? It's day 7 of my person starting their products. What do I send to them? Hey, I need my video on the opportunity so I can send it out. It's all linked here. Okay. All right. Last thing I'm going to do with you guys is we're going to talk about Perfect 10. Okay, so I went over this on our call on Monday, and I know some of you missed it. And so I'm going to talk about it again. And we're going to be putting some of this verbiage into the new business guide that's going to be uploaded in that checklist too. Just an FYI for you. Okay, so what a perfect 10 is literally what we're talking about with growing our business by 100 points in the next 2 months, which is 50 points a month. A perfect 10 is sponsoring, is growing by 50 points a month. 10 people is going to be 50 points. So you getting a perfect 10 is you getting 10 new people on your team. Okay. And how we do this, and this is something for duplication purposes. Hold on, I see. Oh, Kara. Yeah, Kara had someone interested and closed her in 2 hours last night. It literally went from her very first message to her ordering in 2 hours. So high five to Kara. We all love those. Hey, those are amazing, right? We all always get excited because it's usually a lot longer than that. So the perfect 10, the whole premise of this is helping with duplication and showing people how they can go senior silver quickly. But this is also every month we're trying to do our own perfect 10 and we're trying to help somebody else do a perfect 10. Okay. So perfect 10 is first a +1. Okay. So you sign someone up, you help them get a buddy. This is the accountability system. From there, after they get their +1, we add 2. What happens when we add 2 and have a +1? You go silver. You have 3 people, okay? So they start with their 1 and you're like, "Hey, we get you 2 more. You're actually going to get another $280 and you're going to increase your odds of being successful even more." Who else might want to do this with you? Okay? So then we help them go silver. So they now have 3 people. From there, we need to go from 3 to 10. Okay? So we call that any 7. We're not telling them to go get another 7 on their own. We're saying we can get 7 people anywhere in here and you're going to make over $800. And in that, we've got 3 people, they signed up. We can help them all get +1s. We can help them go silver. We can help them sponsor 1 or 2 more of their own. Maybe they sponsor 5. So we've got 5, they've sponsored 5, and 3 of them get a +1 and 1 goes silver. That's more than 10, but you get the idea. So we're making duplication easy, and it, like, if you put it like that, it just makes sense. And you're doing it in steps. +1, add 2. So we've already hit that 3. And then we show them how if they get their team, they don't call it a team. Don't call it a team unless they're like, "Yeah, I want to grow a business." We're not calling a team yet. But if those people they already have work together, they can end up with a perfect 10 in 1 month and they're going to make $800. And the key here, the reason we want senior silver so specifically for everyone is how much money do you make having 10 people ordering under you every month? I want to hear from you guys. You can drop in the comments or unmute yourself. I'm going to wait till somebody comes up with the number. How much money do you make when you have 10 people under you? Only 10. You're senior silver, 50 points. How much money do you make? Hold on. I gotta open the chat. Open sesame. Nope, not $300. This is without any bonuses. No, not 500. No bonuses. If you're senior silver, you have 50 points. This is like after all the bonuses already rolled in. We're just sitting at 150. Yep. You're making $150 every month at senior silver with 10 people on your team. You make about $15 a person on average. Okay. $150 is going to cover the cost of your products every month. Ideally, some people might be spending more, but on average, that 150 is covering the cost of your products. And that's what we want. We don't want people to have to worry about the cost of their products. Okay. So senior silver is a huge benchmark rank because they make $800 right out of the gate and they're covering the cost of their products every month. So we want to try and help everyone go senior silver. Okay. So that's the quick, what a perfect 10 is. And it's the same thing for ourselves. Our goal is to enroll 3 every month. right? We're already enrolling 3. Create a silver, that's 6. And then we're going to find 4 more in there. Okay, so our goal, our benchmark is a perfect 10 every month. Okay, I'm going to show you the... Was there another one or was just that one? Okay, it was just that one. So how this basically breaks down, you go senior silver yourself and you have 4 friends that want to go senior silver with you. That puts you at senior gold. There, this talks about it right here. Okay. You senior silver, or you seniors, yeah, senior silver, 4 people senior silver, 5 times 50 is 250. That's senior gold. Too many seniors happening. You do that, you duplicate that. Here it is. Here's my senior gold. So me with 10, 4 of my friends with their perfect 10, senior gold. Okay. You continue to duplicate that for a few months and you end up, you have your own 250. So basically you take this out 5 months. You have your own 250 points, your own senior gold leg. You have those 4 friends go senior gold with you. Okay. And then you help one more person do that senior silver. This is basically emerald in 6 months. Tiffany, is there a dog on your shoulder? Right behind you. Sorry, squirrel.
Yes. No, she's like, I'm her emotional support person. So wherever I am, she is. She's
That's
a
adorable.
Chiweenie.
I love it. Okay, so this is like super, like to me, this is like phew, mind blown. I love this. We're always focusing on 50 points, perfect 10, however, whatever you want to call it. Okay. My favorite part of this is how you get a +1. Okay. The verbiage here is genius to me. That is going to be added. Like I said, that part is going to be added to the conversation guide that's going to be uploaded probably by Friday. We'll say by Friday to that checklist. Teresa, you're asking, can this be sent out? Do you want the perfect 10 guide here? Is that what you're asking for? Yes, I can send this. I can drop it in the chat. So you sign somebody up. This is literally, you can copy and paste and send this. You can do it through voice message as well. I love this because you are showing the person that you are invested in their results. You're having a back and forth conversation. They're kind of eating out of your hand before you drop the who's going to do this with you. So it starts out with my number 1 goal and priority is helping you get your results. That's why I'm here. For you. There are 4 things that are going to help you get those results. Can I share them with you? Of course. Yeah, you can share them. Okay, so there are 4 things that make a huge difference. First one is consistency compounds, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to talk about consistency. And then you ask the question, is there going to be anything that's going to get in the way of you being consistent? They might say something like, yeah, I'm worried about this and that. And you're going to talk through that. Like, we'll work on habit stacking. And the great thing is you can just have a morning routine and an evening routine. You can put with your toothbrush. Do you have coffee in the morning? Let's take it with your coffee. So, because you already have that routine. So you're going to work through that with them, right? Okay. Then you're going to go into the second thing. The second thing is communication. I want to know everything. If you're loving it, tell me. If you're struggling, tell me. If you can't poop, tell me. If you can't sleep, tell me. If you've lost 5 pounds, tell me. If you're feeling amazing, tell me. Okay, so we're talking about like how important communication is. Deal? Good? Yes, I'll let you know. Okay, third thing is moving your body and eating real food. I know this sounds basic, but what's real food to you? Okay, so you're going to talk about basics of diet and then movement. Consistency and frequency is more important than what. Can you move your body for 20 or 30 minutes most days of the week? Okay. You're going to help them with movement. This is all basic. We're not you don't need to be a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, or a dietitian or anything. Okay. Basic. The last thing that is a huge determinant to your success is buddying up with someone. Statistically speaking, only 50% of people who start alone succeed. I hate those odds. We're going for better. 85 to 90% chance if you start with somebody. Who do you know that is struggling with their energy, wanting to feel better, tackle health issues, something along those lines? That's the drop of like, who do you know? We're going to get you a buddy. You might get pushback. Look at that Plexus package. Woo! Mail day.
It's my mother-in-law's package.
Oh, yay!
So,
Thanks for
yay!
sharing.
Our stuff is here.
So there might be pushback. There might be, I want my own results first. The guide that I'm adding this to is going to help you with some troubleshooting too. If you get some pushback, it's going to give you some verbiage there. But to me, how you started this whole conversation of like, I'm here to help you. This is what's going to get you successful. They're kind of eating out of your hand and seeing that this isn't about you and you making money. This is about them and them being successful. Okay. So this is how we support starting a +1. They might have to send out a handful of messages, put up a couple posts beforehand, but that's where you start coaching them and supporting them into getting that +1. And then we go to add to, and then that's where the conversation from that point comes of, if we keep doing this, we could get you $800. We just need another 7 people, and that can come from a couple of your friends getting a buddy or 3. You might be able to think of like 1 or 2 more friends that we can help get started, and you're going to end up with $800. I don't know, it might be fun. What do you say? Okay. So, that I get it, Teresa. I'm a very hands-on person too. 100%. That one. That's how we roll. Any questions on anything? Yeah, cool. I know I gave you a decent amount, but I'm hoping that it's like in a small enough bite size where it's like, that all makes sense. This is going to help me so much. I am ready to rock and roll. I want you guys all, you don't need to necessarily do it right now, but I want to know what like first action item from today needs to be for you. For some of you, it's I need to get my schedule figured out. For a lot of you, I have a feeling you're like, I need to figure out. Yeah, Teresa's like, I need to have a schedule. I need to have my schedule, and I need to have a sit down powwow with my family so they understand. And this is why we're doing it, and this is what's going to happen from us doing it. Like maybe it's like, hey, I go gold this month. We're going to buy a pool, and you're going to have a pool to swim in this summer. Giving you ideas. We already have, that's right. You already have the big pool. I'm just throwing out like, what are your, like my kids, when I was like, hey, we're going to push for Sapphire, my kids were like, we want to go to the trampoline park. I'm like, that's your big, exciting. They were so sold, you guys. I was like, all I have to do is spend like $80 for you to go jump around for an hour and a half. Sold. Cool. Like, they were all on board just about the trampoline park. So they're not necessarily like us. We're like, I'm going to go buy a new car. I want a new car. No, they want a hamster. Just go get them a damn hamster.
You saw how green that was. Maybe it's if I go gold, I can buy you guys a sand pump so you have proper ventilation of the water.
There you go. There you go. That's how you get your kids excited. Okay, so your homework is what's your big step? What's the big takeaway? What are we going to work on right away from this call? Okay, like Kara probably needs to send her copy and paste to the person she signed up yesterday to get her +1. Yep, I already know it. So good at this, you guys.
That's what I'm doing when I get home. When I can get my kids to get their shoes and
Aren't you
socks on
home?
and go home. No, I'm picking up my kids right now.
Oh, are you at your mother-in-law's? I assumed you were at home. Got it.
Not yet.
That makes more sense. Okay, friends, it's been fun. It's been real. I just remembered I have to go post in the restore chat now. So I just realized I said I was doing that at 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna go to work on that. You guys have your homework. I have my homework, and we're gonna powwow. Don't forget to drop your wins in the chat if you haven't yet. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. I told you, I put it in the chat. There's a 3 strikes you're out rule. I love y'all this week because we're just getting started. We're just figuring out. You have a little bit of a grace this week. Okay. But I will kind of start holding you accountable to that. You got to post every day in the chat. You got to do your homework. You got to be on the calls. You have 24 hours. So just an FYI there. This is just to literally hold you accountable so you show up. Nobody wants to get kicked out of that group, right? Nobody's getting kicked out. We're here. Okay. What? Oh, what are you crossing your fingers for?
Life
you-
happens and stuff happens, so fingers crossed that nothing big happens that prevents me from doing it.
Got you. All right, ladies. Thanks for being here. Have a good night.